Have you ever noticed that when you're a kid, summer vacation feels endless? But now, somehow it's already June, when February feels like it was only yesterday. Why does time seem to speed up as we get older? According to scientists, it comes down to how our brains measure time and store memories. One of the biggest reasons is surprisingly simple. Each year becomes a smaller portion of your life. When you're 10 years old, 1 year represents 10% of everything you've ever experienced. That's a significant chunk of your personal timeline. By the age of 50, 1 year is only 2% of your life. Your brain doesn't consciously do the math, but researchers believe this changing perspective affects how long periods of time feel when we look back on them. But that's only part of the story. The more important factor is memory. When you're young, life is packed with firsts. First day at a new school, first sleepover, first concert, first heartbreak. Your brain pays close attention because these experiences are new and important. As a result, it creates lots of detailed memories. As adults, many days follow familiar patterns. You wake up, go to work, check messages, run errands, you watch something, go to bed, and you repeat. Your brain becomes efficient. It stops dedicating as much attention to things it has seen hundreds of times before. When you later look back on that period, there are fewer distinct memories separating 1 week from the next. Entire months can feel compressed into what seems like a handful of events. Think about the pandemic years. Many people describe them as both incredibly long and strangely fast. Day-to-day life often felt slow, but looking back, the years can feel like one giant blur. That's memory at work. Scientists also point to something called novelty. Novel experiences force your brain to process more information. Imagine traveling to a country you've never visited before. You're paying attention to the streets, the language, the food, and the people around you. Your brain is working overtime, creating lots of new memories. When you look back, that 1 week trip can feel packed with experiences. Meanwhile, a normal week at home may disappear from memory almost entirely. The amount of time was identical. The number of memorable experiences was not. Attention also plays a role. When we're waiting for something exciting or something boring to end, we become very aware of time passing. As adults, we often focused on tasks, responsibilities, and deadlines rather than the clock itself. Our attention is elsewhere, so time tends to feel like it's moving more quickly. There's even evidence that aging brains process familiar information more efficiently than younger brains. That's generally a good thing. It helps us navigate daily life without having to analyze every detail. The trade-off is that familiar experiences can feel less vivid, and periods filled with routine may seem shorter in retrospect. The interesting part is that you can actually influence how fast time feels. People who regularly seek out new experiences often report that life feels richer and more memorable. Learning a skill, visiting unfamiliar places, meeting new people, or simply breaking routines can give your brain more material to work with. More memorable experiences create a fuller timeline when you look back. So why does time feel faster as we age? Because each year becomes a smaller part of our life. Because routine creates fewer memorable moments. And because our brains get very good at filtering out the familiar. The clock isn't moving any faster than it did when you were 10. Your brain is just organizing time differently. And if the last few years feel like they disappeared in the blink of an eye, it might be a sign that it's time to give your brain something new to remember. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments what's one memory that makes an entire year of your life feel unforgettable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.